Welcome to day 3 of Intelligentsia Cup. This is Winfield, a 4-corner, pretty fast crit with a lot of drama and a lot of speed. So here we are, about 5 laps to go. We've got a nice train together here. Ethan's in front of me. Sam just got put into some grass by that UNC Lotto guy, and then Hugo's right in front of us. On this back section here, there tends to be a big swarm. There's the second to last corner, which people usually try to pack into. You can see some people had to cut over to the cones over there. So gets a little hairy in the corners. Everybody is able to jockey for position because it's not really fast enough or hard enough to make it strung out in any significant way. And you can just swarm on those back stretches. You see Hugo got pinched to the inside there, had to get back up into the train. So I'm pretty much just sweeping here for the last few laps. We were originally going to try and pull a train over the top, but we weren't able to actually organize that. And Hugo just solo got over the top and then kind of helped with other leadouts. But we were able to pull together like a 7th place with Sam. Here I am just following the Aviators train up. There's a lot of nonsense that's going on here just because the gap in riders who don't have the fitness to keep up and who have the hope that they can win is so small. So it doesn't take a lot of effort to stay in this group just because we're going so fast, but to get off the front, almost impossible. There were a few moves in the beginning and I was kind of getting baited by him. Sam Boardman was able to stay off for about 4 laps, but you can see here people are just kind of chopping a lot, and then it gets this big swarm on the back stretch. So you really have to fight for position up there and time it well and try and block the best you can because people will just chop up the inside. But we're coming through with a few laps to go still, and it's getting dicey. Everybody's chopping that corner. There are cones on the inside, which are pretty easy to hit if you go too far in. We come through here with 3 laps to go, and now's when crunch time is. So get back up to my boys here. We've got the Legion train and the Miami Blazers train on the front, and now all 4 of us are somewhat together. We're trying to get Ethan or Sam into that last corner in the best position we can. I'm just kind of sweeping because the swarm is pretty bad back there, especially if they get on the inside, and we're on the left here, which is an easy place to defend, but people swarm up the outside. So if they get in front of you, they've got the position through that second to last corner, so corner 3. But we're holding position pretty well here, staying on the inside. We get a little swarm, but overall pretty much staying together well. Once it bunches up into this corner, guys will dive bomb like that, and it's kind of crummy, especially when they come into your train. So my job as sweeper, I just have to take that guy back like to the curb if I can, get him out of our train, which causes me to spend some energy, but that's what you do as sweeper. You're kind of sprinting around people and making sure your other guys don't get chopped, even if that means you're getting chopped. We're moving up a little bit here, so Hugo is kind of paralleling the Legion train, and you can see Ty Magner's right in front of him here. And we're on the inside of the train. I think Ty thought we were gonna come over the top, which that was kind of our plan. And Ty just pushes Hugo right to the inside of that corner, which does pretty effectively stop the train's momentum. I get kind of distance from the guys there. And this is, I think, 1 or 2 laps to go now, so it's crunch time. We're all going pretty fast on this back stretch. I think the average speed of this race was around 31 miles an hour for 70 minutes, so getting away is pretty hard to do. I don't know really anybody who can hold 31 for an hour on a road bike. Here we are getting back together, moving up pretty well. Sam's pushing us forward, trying to defend Ethan's wheel here. And then on this outside, it does get really hairy into this corner. You can get pushed wide into the grass if you're not careful. But that one wasn't too bad. Here we are coming through, I think with a lap to go. This is the final corner. It's very fast. and you can exit onto this gutter there without too much problem, as long as you don't hit the crack. But we're all pretty well together. At this point, we probably should have come over the train. We had talked about me being on the front and just trying to come over this front train, but it is so fast and we don't want to burn it too quickly. Ethan checks up a little bit there, so I have to check the brakes. Didn't really have room to come up on his right side. And then we're coming through, and now it's getting pretty dicey. People are like really jockeying for position. A lot of guys that normally wouldn't be there if it was a hard crit, but just because you could sit in if you weren't trying for breaks, everybody can be there at the end, and everybody thinks they had a chance to win. So we're moving up. People are kind of chopping wheels. A little disrespectful for some of this stuff, but a lot of it's just racing hard. Here's Ethan moving up the side, trying to follow that swarm through. This guy, he takes a pretty risky line there and goes straight to the inside, dives bombs our train, and pushes everybody wide. And you can see Robin Carpenter on the right here. See this move? He's inside of Ethan, or he's inside of Sam there. Sam has to check up, and everybody else behind him has to check up. Robin on the right actually gets pushed into the grass, and it just ends his race. So he's out of the leader's jersey because that guy chopped the corner, which I think it worked out pretty well for him, but that kind of move is kind of stuff that will get you a bad name in the peloton, and could potentially send somebody to the hospital. The sprint here, I kind of was pushed into the wind and didn't really have any punch. Ended up rolling in like 24th place, and yeah, Sam got somewhere around 7th, but not our typical race, kind of that 4-corner crit, really fast. Don't really have to be strong to do it, just got to be there at the end, go fast, and then Ty Magner with the win, which is pretty expected. That dude's an amazing sprinter, and their team was pretty dialed for the whole race, which was pretty cool. But yeah, there was some sketchy moments in that race, and hopefully today, the day 4, we've got a little more technical of a race with a roundabout, so that'll be a little more fun. Usually comes down to a sprint too, but we'll see how it goes. See ya.